You ever open your phone to check one thing and then 42 minutes later you're like watching a video of a raccoon making pancakes, wondering how you even got there? Or maybe you start a task and suddenly your brain goes, hey, remember that one embarrassing thing you did in 7th grade? Yeah, our attention spans are fried, scrambled, butter side down. But it's not because we're lazy or broken, or just need to focus more. This is generational. We are the last generation to grow up both unplugged and online. And our brains, they're glitching. Welcome to episode 3, Why We Can't Focus Anymore. Hey, I'm Alex, and this is Fine, the Millennial Diary. In episode 1, we sat in the nostalgia of our upbringing between boom boxes and buffering icons. In episode 2, we dissected the overthinking that's wired into our nervous system, like adware. And now, we zoom in on what's left of our attention, because somewhere between Oregon Trail and TikTok, something snapped. Remember when you could sit down and read a book, watch a movie without ever checking your phone? Or just be bored? Yeah, same. We grew up flipping through TV Guide, planning our entire week around a TGIF lineup. If you missed the episode, tough. No DVR, no streaming, no spoilers. You sat through commercials, you waited, you focused. Now, fast forward to today, we stream everything. We binge in one sitting. We scroll while watching. We're multitasking. Wow, multitasking. It's like we've gone from cassette tapes, linear, intentional, to Spotify shuffle in our actual minds. And yeah, we're overwhelmed, not just by content, but by choice. The endless tabs, the constant pings. We went from be home by dark to respond within 3 minutes or else think you're dead. And brains are not built for this pace, especially brains that once memorized phone numbers and drew those funny little S's on Trapper Keepers during math class. Distraction used to be external, TV in the background, siblings screaming in the other room. Now, it's internal. You open your laptop to write something and suddenly you're Googling something like, did Capri Sun actually have worms in the 90s? Now, this is not your fault. We live in a world of dopamine slot machines. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. None of it was designed for focus. It was designed to keep you on the app. So, of course, we can't focus on our own goals, our art, our own inner peace. We were trained to chase the next thing, not sit with the current one. Our brains are running Chrome with 38 tabs open, and some are playing music. You just don't know which. Here's the twist. We're not just distracted. We're ashamed of being distracted. We beat ourselves up for not focusing like we used to, for not finishing the book, for leaving the laundry half folded. But you're not lazy. You're just fried. The pressure to be on all the time, to respond quickly, to be productive during your free time, to learn a new skill while you're watching TV, while texting back, while being present. It's impossible. We are burnt out and overstimulated, but still haunted by that millennial guilt. If I just tried harder, I'd be better. You're surviving a world that split your brain like a peanut butter cup. So the question is asked, what do we do? Here's what I've learned. I stopped blaming myself. Instead of trying to focus harder, I zoom in into the smaller goals, micro goals, 5-minute timers, like this pod. Phone in the other room. I allow myself to daydream, to wonder, to stare out the window for a little while like we did back in our parents' cars, because the secret isn't fighting distraction. It's to rebuild attention like a muscle, slowly gently. And sometimes it starts with doing one thing at a time, like listening to this podcast without checking your phone. And if you are, that's okay too. You're doing better than you think. Next time on the Millennial Diary, everyone's tired, burnt out, boundaries, and the great resignation energy. We're talking about millennial burnout, not just from jobs, but from life. So take a breath, put the phone down, or don't. This isn't a productivity podcast. This is a millennial diary. And honestly, you're doing fine. Make sure you follow me on all of my social networks, including Substack, Instagram, and of course, subscribe right here if you're watching on YouTube. And if you prefer the audio version of this, you could also find me on Spotify and Apple or anywhere else you get your podcast. So make sure you subscribe us there as well and leave me a review. It helps out the show. Even if you just say, hey, this is what I miss about my millennial culture or what I miss about growing up. That's just fine too.
Goodbye.